as we gear up for the upcoming telecom spectrum auction, which will see participation from 4 key players, Bharti, Reliance Jio, Vodafone Idea and the Adani Group, here is the read on the earnest money which has been deposited by these companies. Now, Reliance Jio has put in the maximum earnest money of 14,000 crore rupees, followed by Bharti Airtel at 5,500 crore. For Vodafone Idea, it's 2,200 crore, and for the Adani Group, it's a modest EMD of 100 crore rupees. Now, earnest money deposit is important because it gives you a rough indication of the company's bidding strategy and what their actual spend can be. For starters, the first takeaway is that the 2022 EMD, the earnest money which has been deposited, is a whopping 62% higher compared to last year. This year, cumulatively, the 4 companies have put in an earnest money of nearly 22,000 crore rupees, which compares with 13,500 crore deposited by the telcos last year. Now, historically, the actual spend by telcos is about 5 to 6 times of the EMD. Take a look at the 2021 auction trends. Jio had put in an earnest money of 10,000 crore rupees. The actual spend was 57,000 crore rupees. For Bharti Airtel, the EMD was 3,000 crores. The actual spend was 18,500 crores. So roughly 5 to 6 times. However, it doesn't always mean that a high EMD translates into high spends. In 2016, in the 2016 spectrum auctions, Jio's EMD was 6,500 crore rupees, but the actual spend was only 13,700 crore rupees, just 2x that. But one thing, this EMD does confirm is that the Adani Group spectrum purchase in the upcoming auctions is going to be for captive use. The company had released a statement saying the same thing. It doesn't intend to launch commercial networks. It wants to build a private 5G network for its own use across its data centers, ports, airports, manufacturing facilities. But the street was still very worried. And that tension, that pressure has now eased. Let's take a look at now what the brokerages are making of this for individual companies. CLSA says Adani's low EMD implies that Adani's likely spend is going to be a mere 900 crore rupees, and it poses no risk to the telcos. For Vodafone Idea, CLSA says with this EMD, it will not be able to bid for a pan-India spectrum or even for its established market. For Jio, CLSA says the high EMD implies that Reliance Jio has the capability to spend $16 billion or more than 1 lakh crore rupees, which can be 2.5 times of Bharti. But as I said earlier, based on the previous auctions, it doesn't mean a high EMD eventually results in a full spend. CLSA does expect that Reliance Jio and Bharti will lead in the upcoming 5G auctions. Nomura says that concerns on increase in the competitive intensity have eased as the Adani Group has submitted a modest bid. So they expect Adani's outlay to be at just 800 to 1,000 crore rupees. Jio will lead with an overall spend between 40,000 to 60,000 crore rupees. For Bharti Airtel, it should be 40,000 crore, while Vodafone Idea could push itself and have a spend of 18,000 crore rupees. Nomura concludes, however, that Bharti and Reliance Jio are likely to lead in the auctions. Their market share gains could continue at the expense of Vodafone Idea, and India's telecom market could eventually end up as a virtual duopoly.